Welcome back to Ray County, everybody. We've made it to August. I want to start off by apologizing for the audio issues last week when the latest patch came out for Farming Simulator 25. I updated a few drivers at the same time and forgot to go back and recheck my audio settings, but we have made it to August. Hopefully this is sounding a little bit better. I've just dropped off a couple of hay bales for the cows over here. Let's go back and check and see. So they're at 27,000 liters of hay here in the barn. They have 65,000 liters of meadow grass out there. 100% healthy, 25% mature, so not quite getting milk yet, but we're getting closer. We did make it to August. The money's gone down a little bit because we did change up the tillage equipment a little bit. You saw end of last video, I ended up buying a plow instead of using that disc that I had. And then we also went out and purchased this 30-foot sunflower field cultivator that has a roller that comes behind it. They got that hooked up in the mulling, ready to go to do the next round of tillage on the barley ground over there. But if you can't see it on the screen. If I play on the base game maps, you can see the rain. It's kind of harder to see it on this modded map, but it is raining right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and jump in the Dodge, and we're going to go check out our productions and maybe go see if we can't drop something off and make a little bit of money here. Spin this around the corner. There's barley field from last year that'll get tilled up in the spring. So let's go over here and look. We got a little bit of a lump there that needs to be smoothed out. So let me go ahead and take care of that because I'm using a mod that allows me to do some of this landscaping stuff here for free. So let me get rid of this little bump right here. There we go. Now let's get out and look and see what we have. We have about $1,400 worth of flour, $2,000 worth of honey, and $27,000 worth of sweet corn. The honey and the canned corn looks like it wants to go to the farmer's market, and the Dollar General wants the flour. So we'll go over here. I'm going to have to turn on my menu for a second here because I forgot to change my... I'm using universal on load and I forgot to change the setting on how it loads. I want it to layer it instead of stack it as I completely drive over the honey. Just don't tell the people that. We're going to go in here. Now there's probably, how much sweet corn did it say there was? It said that there's 9,000 liters, so there's going to be 9 pallets, but only 3 of them showed at a time, so we're going to have to do this a couple times here. Load the first 3. Let the next 3 spawn here in a second. Load the next 3. Let those spawn. Should be 3 more coming. Maybe not. There they are. So here we got the 9,000 liters of that, and I'm pretty sure that means we're out of corn in there. Yeah, there's only 172 liters of corn left, so we're going to go ahead and go in here and turn that off. Because there's not enough food in there. Yes, and that is another thing. We ended up not selling the barley. I actually added a little grain mill over here next to our cheese maker over here. So we got a little miniature flour mill and a little miniature cheese production there, along with our honey pallets over here. Let me go ahead and pull up next to this one, get that pallet of honey down, and this one's not full, but we'll go ahead and take it since I pushed it off with the trigger. Alright, so we got 1,000 liters of honey and 9,000 liters of sweet corn. We're going to head over to the farmer's market across the road and drop these off. And then we're going to come back and drop off flour. Whoop. Some trailer brakes here. I wasn't even going that fast around that corner. I guess I don't have my weight evenly distributed there. So just right over here across the road, you can see the Dollar General right there. Farmer's market, and then there's a little makeshift, the best I could design with the tools that I have at my disposal now, a little park and recreation area over there next to the farmer's market. Got some picnic tables and some tents and stuff set up, some grilling areas. So just a little spot for families to hang out when they're done at the farmer's market. We'll pull up over here into the pallet drop-off area. Get rid of those, and now we're up to $49,000. So with that, we are going to go check something out because there is a new mod that just dropped. We don't have enough money yet, but this is where we're going to go here. Before too long, we're going to get rid of the Massey, and we're going to get us an international combine here. So we still got a little ways to go before we have enough money for that, but that change will be coming soon. I already have a 6-row corn head, so I'll probably just stick with the one I'm already using instead of the one that goes with the combine. And we'll need to, there's a 15-foot header that goes with it as well. But so that's going to be coming in the future, but right now we don't have enough money for it. So hopefully over this next harvest we'll end up with enough flour and enough sweet corn that we can upgrade. Well, I don't know if it's really an upgrade, but it's more of a US version of an old school combine there. Will get us a International 1560 combine. But that's where we're at right now. I'm going to run back over here to the farm. Once it stops raining, we'll get some tillage done. So I'll probably time-lapse that part for you, doing some tillage. Actually, I think I need to put down fertilizer over there too. So maybe we'll put a layer of fertilizer down, and then we'll get some tillage done off camera as we move ahead towards September. Our crops probably won't be ready till October, but it's looking like we might have another cutting of hay ready to be able to go. So we'll time-lapse some of that stuff in here for you guys. We got some fertilizer to put down, we got some cultivation to do to get ready for September, and then I think in September, I might wait till September to cut the hay and sow the next year's wheat. But we'll kind of see how that goes because the alfalfa is ready now. But as always, thanks for watching. Enjoy this time lapse of fertilizing the ground and then cultivating to get ready for the wheat. And we'll catch you next time.
A nice young Mcferrin lived on a hill, a nice young Mcferrin, for knew him well. To-ma-ra-la-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. This nice young Mcferrin went out to mow to see if we could make a show. To-ma-ra-la-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. He scarcely mowed out round the fee-wee-will. Get a jump, come a rattle, come a stay away, can't beat him on a he-wee-will. To-ma-rattle-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. He laid right down up on the ground and shot his eyes and looked around. To-ma-rattle-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. Oh, pappy down goes spread the news, and here comes Sawawell without her shoes. To-ma-rattle-to-ma-roo-ra-ree. Oh, John, why did you go way down the Meadow so far to mow? Oh, well, why don't you know, when the grass gets dry, wife, it must be mowed. Toomaroo-ree. Come on, young girls, and shed a tee-wee-wee for this young man when the diner pee-wee-wee. Toomaroo-ree. Come on, young man, and morning day wake, and don't get pee-wee-wee, my rattle stay wake. To my rattle, to my roo-ree. There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of that ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder, bow drip down, blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. The line was cut, no whale was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed. But he belonged to the whalesman screed, she took that ship in tow. Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack and tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, still that whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, now the line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call, turn for the captain, crew and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. We come on the sloop John B, my grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did row, drinking all night, got into a fight, Well, I feel so break up, I wanna go home. Hoist up the John B. sails, see how the mainsail set. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. Let me go home.
I want to go.
I wanna go home.
Why don't you let me go home?
Well, I feel so break up, I wanna go home.
I
stop the John B. sail. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore. Let me go home, let me go home, let me go